Good evening and welcome to the second episode of our special sneak peek of Roleplay Varied. It's a new stream designed for artists of the global majority to explore and redefine the genre of fantasy, creating original tales with popular tabletop mechanics. My name is Rico Lastrapes. I'm your narration manager, and we are continuing our test run of our new approach to these tabletop games. Here at Break the Table, we are trying to create brand new original stories as an ensemble, and then we'll let the game play it all out to see how it's all going to go. Some things are planned, some things are completely improvised, everything is just a good time. So we hope you enjoy. In order to catch you all up on our story so far, we're going to let Jeanette speak up. We're going to let Suzy, her character, speak up. So, Suzy, if you want to take it away for us.
Okay, so it was Halloween, and my mom made me a barbarian costume because I wanted to be a barbarian, but she ended up making a Khaleesi costume, which was really, really lame. So I tried to, make it rougher with, a glaive, and I got to go out with my brother, and his friend Jaron, and we found this cool planchette from this one thing that people told us we shouldn't really play with because it might be dangerous. And then we fought some skeletons, and I debunked a haunted house, and then we were in the cemetery, and then I was on a horse, but I made the horse go back and do what I wanted it to do, and we were in this store, and ooh, is that Exlord of Energy Supuree? I gotta have that.
And Suzy runs over to the refrigerator to grab some drinks. Inside of the Sleepy Hollow convenience store in the town of Arlane. Sir Aster, you're at the counter, and a little surprised because you just met a fellow Nightkin who you haven't seen in a very long time, Sir Barrow. And he says, Aster, what are you doing here? I thought you were gone.
Yes, I was gone for quite a while. I returned because I felt that there was some kind of shift, and I needed to investigate. Little did I know that I would find these three young ones in an area where the veil is thin.
He looks and his eyes scan over Brick and Jaron. He looks over and sees the young Suzy running to the corner and kind of peers, makes sure she's not pocketing anything. And you found them at a ripple in the veils. What's happened?
A graveyard. I know not why they were there, but some dead ones had risen and started to attack them. They were doing all right, but I managed to come in and finish up whatever was going on. But afterwards, there were, I think they're known as blink dogs. Yes, the teleporting canines. A group of them had followed us, and I tried to send the kids away, but they came back and, well, they aided me in the battle. And now we are here.
These dogs followed you, Aster.
Well, not necessarily followed. It seemed that they already knew where we were.
This is most troublesome indeed. I had feared.
Yes, but I'm Sir Barrow. I thought I was the last. I've been seeing less and less Nightkin. Do you know where? If you were around, then there must be more, yes?
I wish I could share good news with you, dear Aster. There were others. No, you were drawn here. I've been in Orlane for some time. There is this force here, this energy. It's a wondrous place. They seem to still cling to the magics in this area. Not quite as strong as we'd hope. But there is something here. However, it seems that some force has taken advantage of the weakened veil in this town, has begun corrupting and calling even. Sir Aster, I'm afraid you must go. It's not safe.
In this store or this town?
The town, my friend, the town. The town is dangerous. I saw Suzy say something.
Maybe you guys
Jeanette
just
wanted-
need some energy.
Suzy's bouncing around with this energy drink she just had. He goes, "Child, you should pay me before you open this." What?
My brother will
Never
get it.
you. He looks up at Brick.
Brick, hearing this, and is instantly repulsed that he would have to pay for something. And he turns to Suzy and he says, "I'm not paying for that." And he gives her the most evil, glaringest look to show like that he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
Jaron steps forward, placing money on the counter and smiling at Suzy. I got you. Way to be a jerk, Brick.
While you all are speaking under your breath, Cerbero continues to Sir Aster. Yes, I have seen other Nightkin in the area, but they are all being called down the ways to that abandoned park. I wandered there myself recently, but I knew someone had to stay to warn the others of the danger. Jaron, make a wisdom saving throw. You
That's it.
hear Cerbero mention abandoned park, and your mind begins to reel. Brick, you also get hit with the memory. Jaron, how was that wisdom save?
That's a D20, right?
Yes, sir.
3.
3. The minute that you hear that him say amusement park, abandoned park, you get this sharp pain, splitting headache across your head, and you're struck with the memory. All you can think of was exploring the sound of the sirens and the deformed body laying in the funhouse. And a confusion kind of sweeps over. You get a little dizzy.
Need to sit. I don't think I'm going to be okay.
What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Can I do an insight check on my friend?
Absolutely.
Okay. Come on. I got a 12. Oh, jeez, where's my skills?
And Jaron, roll a deception for me.
Plus 1.
Fantastic.
Plus 1, so 13.
12.
12, but you have a plus... What's your deception modifier? Plus 2, I believe, 'cause it's charisma, so... It's going to beat his 13. Okay, so...
My friend.
Brick, what I'll say, because it's a close contest, is that you know something's wrong. You also get hit with the memory, the amusement park. You know, you were there. You remember hearing these sirens, but you're not sure why he's suddenly so nauseous. I don't think you're able to really put 2 and 2 together. It's like, oh, he must have had too much candy.
Can I roll can Sir Aster roll an insight check?
Absolutely. Suzy, you're back with the boys now, right?
That's a
Suzy's,
16.
Listening in on this. 16.
Right now, Yes, but I'm looking around the store to see what else I can get into.
Yeah, roll a perception check, Suzy. Sir Aster, you catch fear, and you sense a deep pain and an anger coming from Jaron. He seems to be disturbed by whatever you're talking about. You're not really sure what sparked it. Maybe it's, I mean, you felt that energy from them before, right? You sensed this dark presence when you first came up, and you are able to kind of ascertain that, like, maybe it's connected. You know, it's weird that it's happening right now.
Sir Aster, when he first checked on Jaron, he had like a hand on his shoulder, and now he stands after that check, and he turns to Sir Barrow. He says, "It's obvious that whatever is at that amusement park is affecting more than just Nightkin. I cannot ignore it."
Aster, you must be cautious. It lulls in magical entities and seeks to drain them. It is not safe.
That's only what it does to us. But I assume that perhaps the mortals are affected in different ways. I'm sorry if I leave you the last, Barrow, but this is something I have to do. Thank you for the warning, but...
Well, I understand, friend.
Supplies while we're here?
What was that, young Suzy?
Should we stock up on supplies while we're here? And does your horse need something? I read that horses like sugar, and now she's holding a bag of sugar.
She just picked up a bag of sugar.
My horse does not require much sustenance, but sure, if you want to feed it. I don't
Suzy,
think you could feed it anything that would hurt it.
Yeah. Suzy, you are super excited, and as you turn to go feed the horse, you're looking around for other things to give the horse. It's a normal store. They have chips and snacks and, you know, nothing that really stands out. You do see at one of the end stations a little, like a Swiss Army knife that seems to be pretty useful for, like, breaking into places. And, you know, a couple other random toys, but that's what you see as you're on your way to try to feed the horse. Are you going to try to feed the horse? What are you going to do?
Oh, I'm totally gonna take out any of her favorite snacks. So, snowballs, popcorn, some Pringles, some Chex Mix, bubble gum, some Laffy Taffy, and the apple slices, and the sugar, and the carrots.
And to start feeding the horse. Okay, roll an animal handling check for me.
My horse's name is Luna, by the way, for...
Luna. I love Luna.
I rolled a 7.
7. Okay, you go to feed Luna. Not interested at all. I think Luna, like, you walk up to her, you just leave the store outside while they're still having a conversation, and she's still a little flustered that you, like, you know, roughhoused her and turned her around and made her run back into bed. You made her disobey her owner, so she's a little giving you the horse side eye, not trusting those apple slices this time.
These are really good.
You start stuffing. Yes, and so you start stuffing your face as she just, like, shimmers there. Her mane just kind of glows in the moonlight, with the moonlight rather. And boys, Brick and Jaron, you're still inside with Aster and Sir Barrow. Sir Barrow basically says, "I understand, my friend. I feel it is my duty to warn and watch from a distance. I was afraid that I was the last, but if you are here, there may be some hope."
Do me a favor, will you?
Yes.
If I pass, find my horse. Take care of her.
Of course. For you, Fred.
Thank you.
I will.
Sir Aster kind of like just doesn't have a watch, but like looks out with the window to see where the stars are at, and he goes, "It's getting much later. I should probably escort these children home."
Sir Barrow looks over to the clock and it says 9:30, and he goes, yes, it is.
Okay.
We would like to start that way.
Children, come along.
Yeah, you call them, and Suzy's already halfway down. She looks back and makes her way back to join. Actually, I think Suzy probably waits for he turns and just is like, come on. And as you all join with her and begin walking, you turn back down the main pass of this neighborhood in our lane.
Sir Aster
heading
is
back
leading. I'm
Sir
leading my
Aster
horse.
leading the way, which is walking her.
I'm going to turn away.
Okay. Okay. Are you just like dipping out, or trying to like
Sneaking away,
about it?
trying to be sneaky about it.
Okay, yeah. Roll a stop.
19. Oh man.
Ooh.
Okay. So as I'm walking with a group, I'm looking around for my friend Jaron to see like how's he doing, because like I'm still thinking about the like experience that Jaron had, and I want to make sure my friend's okay. And so, can I like make a perception check to see like where my friend is?
Good luck.
You can. You can, but he's pretty much disappearing on you. Go ahead and make that roll.
Oh, it's an 8.
Yeah, you turn to speak to Jaron, and he's just vanished.
No, my
just
friend.
gone. You have no idea where he is or what happened. He was just right there.
So
Jaron,
so
sorry, go ahead, Brick.
I was gonna
Then
say-
we'll jump to Jaron.
Okay, so yeah, so I was gonna say, so as I see that Jaron's nowhere to be found, I get scared, and I go to Sir Aster and I say, Sir Aster, dude, like my friend was here, but then he wasn't here. need to
Sir
find
Aster
him.
turns so fast. What?
And Brick gestures to nothing, the great nothingness of like a friend not being there. And he says, I don't know what happened to him. And he just like vanished into thin air.
Let me think of something. Do you know if there was anything on his person that you can recall?
I recall he had his guitar still.
He had his guitar. Okay. I cast Locate Object.
All right, how does that look?
I think it's all in Luna. Like Luna's, I tell Luna about the guitar, and Luna's eyes light up, and she just starts running in a direction, and we go, follow. And
you all see Sir Aster walk up, and he holds his horse's head like close, foreheads touching, and you just hear soft whispering, and then suddenly the eyes glow, and she just rears back and bolts back in the direction of the convenience store that you all left. Do you head to follow?
Yes, yeah. I assume we run after Luna.
Clarification. So we're on foot, right?
Yes, you're
We're
on
on
foot.
foot, like Luna's in front of us. Okay, so Brick, as soon as everyone says, "Oh, let's," Brick, seeing that the horse is on the go, he sees everyone and he says, "Hey guys, how are we gonna keep up with the horse? I'm so slow." And he books it as fast as he can to the following Luna as fast as he can.
Our focus traces the horse and then zooms ahead into the convenience store, where the bell rings as Jaron opens the door. Oh. Did you forget something, child? Jaron, roll another wisdom saving throw.
17.
17. As you turn to look at Sir Barrow, the image of your brother is just flashing in your head, just like in the background. No headache, no sudden pain, but there's this sensation that he's the one to blame. You can't put your finger on it, but you're starting to think that he's the one to blame.
Sir Barrow?
Yes?
You know, earlier tonight, Sir Aster showed Suzy that he could remove his head from his body. Can you do the same?
Yes. Why would you like that, child?
I'm interested in looking into your eyes.
It's very deep, child. We do need to take the time to look into others' eyes. Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, 8.
8. Okay. You failed slightly, so he's gonna be like, how about I just crouch down to your left? And he comes down, he pulls up a chair and he sits so he's like eye level with you. He's like, are you wondering about the flame within?
Jaron smiles sinisterly, looking at Sir Barrow. Not exactly, before quickly taking his guitar and putting all his momentum into a fierce swing at his head.
Okay. You swing the guitar, make a wisdom saving throw. I don't want you to roll to hit, I want you to make a wisdom saving throw again.
9.
All you hear is your brother's scream as you pull the guitar back. You hear the pain in his voice that you heard from across the park as you swing with full force, just enraged. As the guitar collides with the pumpkin-y flesh, roll to hit. I'm going to have you roll to hit for this. We should use the mechanics.
15. And plus,
okay.
Does that hit him?
Yeah, he's not wearing armor.
Oh, so here's the thing about that. Being with Jaron's college or whatnot, his weapon hits get him dude with psychic blades. Give me 1 sec. Let me pull that up because I just had that and I don't know where it went.
Yeah, the psychic blade. You use 1 bardic inspiration, and you get to add 2d6, I think, to your attack.
Yeah.
And I think the psychic blades come as the form of this dark, shadowy energy that it expels from the guitar as it collides, and it just swirls around the pumpkin head. What did you roll for the hit? Or for damage?
For damage, I rolled a 5.
And then the 2d6 as well?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Let me roll those real quick. 1, 6, and 2, so 8.
8 points. You hit him hard, and you've dented his pumpkin-y head. It is now impaled slightly. He's on the floor, still breathing, but it's very labored, very forced. He's disoriented. All you hear is the broken breath. And you hear this dark laugh coming from your mouth, but it's not your voice. Make one more wisdom saving throw.
5.
5. You don't know what happens next. All you hear is the door bell as it swings open. You feel the mush under your foot, and you hear the gasp of a woman going, "What the hell?"
At that
Suddenly,
point,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jaron turns around, not exactly, or turns around looking at the woman for a moment before using dissonant whispers on her. I forgot how that one works.
I have to make a wisdom saving throw. But before you're able to even do that, you turn and you get ready to start saying stuff. You are stopped suddenly as you see her skin start to morph in front of your eyes. All around the sky, out of the window, it goes from this dark blue, fading from the sunset, to this grotesque, deep red. It just shifts suddenly. And the woman standing before you, you see her muscles start to pulse and shake, and she lets out a scream in pain, which then gets heavier and darker as her body morphs, and you see hair starting to grow, and she shifts into a massive owl bear right in front of you. In a panic, she just doesn't know what's happening. She sees her hand, and she's just screaming about this, and turns and tries to run out the door. Just as Aster, Suzy, and Brick are making their way back toward the station. You've just reached where it's in your view again, and you see this woman bolting, shifting. Before you're able to react, Brick, the pain comes. So much pain. You have never been in so much pain before. It's just ripping through your body. You see red, and the ground starts to get further away from you. You don't know what's happening. Your sister looks smaller and smaller, and you feel this pulsing energy as your arms morph into this massive muscle. You feel your head split open as horns pop out, pushing your horn helmet off of your head, and it falls to the floor. Suzy, you see your brother growing, and you look at Sir Aster, and he's shrinking, or he's growing too. And you realize you're getting a little smaller. You weren't, you're still young, you weren't big, but you are shrinking by a couple inches, and you can feel it. It's like the bones are melting slightly on the inside as you morph. Your ears start to point slightly. You have shifted. Sir Aster, this is all happening right in front of you. What do y'all do?
I think I still follow into the gas station to find Jaron.
You open the door, and Jaron, what does he see?
You see a tall figure standing before you, wearing a hood, and in his hand, instead of a guitar, sits a lute. And on that lute, you can see a slight hint of mush dangling from it as he stands over the body of Sir Baron.
Did you do this, Jaron?
No. I had a question for him when I came back, and this person came in. I wanted to help, and I don't even remember what happened.
Rico, you're muted.
Perception versus insight. As I let my dog back in.
I got a 16.
Ooh. And I rolled a 13, so I don't know what that...
Your deception is +4, so you match.
What?
So that a roll off?
Oh. It's a match. It go oof. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's go to the bluff. So, Sir Aster, you can decide how much of that. What do you think? How much of that can you read into?
I feel like Jaron is not telling me the whole truth. Like he's specifically omitting something, because Sir Aster still thinks of him as a kid. He has no reason to think that he'd be like, would try and kill one of his kin. So Sir Aster says to Jaron, it goes, well, perhaps you've had a long night. Why don't you meet your friends outside?
Are you serious right now?
Go outside. Now.
Jaron quickly turns away, walking outside. Upon walking through the door, he happens to get a shot of both Brick and Suzy, stopping himself and looking upon him in his new form.
The last thing you see as you leave the door is just Sir Aster just crumples over the body of Sir Barrow for a moment.
Just has a second.
Guys?
Pumpkin? Is that Pumpkin?
Suzy?
Is that...
Jaron reaches forward, attempting to grab Suzy out of...
Well, y'all are still outside of the door, so y'all haven't made it, I think, yeah, so this is just looking through. You're still kind of blocking them, Jaron, so if you want to, like, navigate them away, you can.
Jaron...
I'm looking at the pumpkin on his, weapon.
Jaron wipes the pumpkin off of his weapon, looking at Suzy. You don't want to know. We have got to move. I don't know what's happened here, but clearly things are kind of crazy. Brick, what the heck happened to you?
Brick running up to his friend and says, I don't know, man. I'm just big now, and I can't understand it, but it's cool, isn't it? And Brick flexes his muscles for his friends and does another pose, and he just says, I don't know how to handle this kind of power, man.
So
I have ideas.
Suzy, how are
One
you
could
feeling
pick me
here?
up, and we could throw me somewhere.
How
But we
about
should do that now.
how about we don't? I think our next course of action is to head back to town. I don't know what's happening here, but I have a feeling that things are not okay right now. And at that moment, Jaron looks up at the sky. At first, his eyes are washed with fear, but after a couple of seconds, they sort of just go somewhat blank. And one could almost swear that they see a slight smirk on the side of his mouth.
You say, your mouth says it's time to head back, but deep down, Jaron hears a voice that says, find me, find me. Sir Aster, how much time does he need to process?
I think after that moment, I want to just do, go behind the counter and check and see if there was anything that Cerbero had on him, like just to take away anything that would either help or maybe just like a memento of him.
Yeah, do a perception check.
Cool. Not proficient. 15.
15. You start shifting through his stuff, and you find another amulet, an amulet of the Nightkin, like the one that you have. And it's sitting tucked under his cash register. You could tell it was handled very safely and put away, and that's been a reminder for his post.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all you can really find in the area.
I take the amulet and I head outside. Before I say anything to any of them, I tie the amulet to like the roping on Luna.
Nice.
So it's not like Luna's wearing the necklace. It's like tied to like on the side of her neck, like near. It's almost like the post where you hold on the saddle. Like that's where it's hung on.
Nice. As a constant memory of your fallen companion.
And
I see any of that?
Sorry.
Do I see any of that?
Or sorry, Suzy?
Yeah, Sir Aster's not being like stealthy about it. I think like he very obviously like sees you guys outside and immediately turns towards his horse without saying a word. So it's definitely a little bit weird.
I don't want the amulet.
Brick do an insight check on Sir Aster.
Do an insight on Sir Aster?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Like do an insight roll. Yeah.
If you'd like to, yeah.
I want to see.
What are you trying to ascertain?
See how that guy's feeling.
Okay.
I
Just his
wanna
overall feeling.
Ascertain.
Ascertain. What do you want to ascertain?
I really want to see like, is he okay? Because like obviously, Brick knows something's up with what just happened in there, and there's like Pumpkin, and it's very confusing. But he knows something bad's happened, and so he just wants to check in on Sir Aster because he just doesn't look right. You know, it looks like something bad happened to him, and I just want to see, maybe console this creature.
Give me that D20
Just
roll.
a strange amount of emotion for a pumpkin face.
It's like Jack Skellington. 13. He seems bummed. He seems pretty bummed. That's all you can really
Brick goes
read.
up to Sir Aster. Well, Brick goes up to Sir Aster, and he just pats him on the back and says, I get it, man. Sometimes this is really hard. But I know I'm just a kid. But if you ever need someone to talk to, let's talk, my man.
He's
And
now like
he
almost
pats
your
him
height.
again. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
it's
doing
because he
that.
doesn't realize he's not used to his size yet.
Sir Aster doesn't say anything, he
And
just
he
nods.
pats Sir Aster on the back again, and he walks back to his group of friends, awkward.
Is he?
While they're doing that, I think that it's silly to put something that valuable looking on the horse where it could become dislodged. So I just want to put that in a safer place.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. You.
16.
16. Well, Sir Aster's standing right there. So, Sir Aster, make a perception with advantage. Because he's sad, but I think he's still paying attention.
I went from a nat 1 to a nat 20.
Jeez, okay.
So
Okay.
you see a tiny hand reaching up to touch the amulet, and you, without even thinking about it, just want
No, I think Sir Aster sees you reach for it, and Sir Aster takes it off of Luna and puts it on Suzy.
Oh,
And says, why don't you take this for now? It might keep you a little safer.
Okay, I'll take care of it. I promise I won't lose it. I'm not going to put it in my bag.
Please do.
Did Brick see any of that happen?
Yeah, probably.
What's your passive perception, Brick?
Let me see real fast.
Your passive is 14, so
Yes.
no.
Oh, dang it.
You don't see any of that. As you all, what would you like to do? My great.
Sir Aster
Rick,
begins
we
pulling
should-
Luna towards the direction of the houses, slowly so they can start to get the idea we're leaving.
And Suzy?
We should ask Mom if she'll let Sir Aster stay in the spare bedroom, and I'll bet that the garage is big enough for Luna, and we could feed her oats and sugar and carrots and maybe some of the leftover mashed potatoes and parsnips and stuff that was really yucky, but I mean, maybe Luna will like it.
Brick hears all this and takes time to process, and he says, my mom will probably be the cooler parent in this situation, and I'm sure she'll definitely let him stay. And he gives his sister a high five. But then he goes on to say that, you have to remember, Luna's a magical horse. I don't think she eats stuff like that. Because
Go ahead.
because she's made of shadows. So, wouldn't she eat the shadows of the food?
Jaron looks over at the both of them as they're talking. Based on the events that have occurred, you better hope there is a home and a garage left, and you certainly better hope that our parents are still normal.
Perfect timing, Jaron, that you say that, because the next thing you all hear is, there you are, boy. I told you. Supposed to stay in tonight. I told
Excuse me, who are you?
That would be my father.
You see a man come lumbering forward, stumbling out of a house towards you all, and his body starts to morph and shake, and he suddenly erupts into a larger demonic figure in front of you, and he says, "It's time for you to pay, boy."
You will no longer control me, old man.
Brick sees this, and he yells to Jaron, and he says, "Dude, you never told me your dad's a demon thing? What is he?"
He's not. I just have a feeling it has to do with the events that have just occurred tonight.
Should have been you. Should have been you. And you hear this scraping sound, and you notice that on the ground he's dragging this long weapon, this long sword, scraping down the concrete as he makes his way towards the asphalt of the street.
Why is your dad so rude?
No time to explain now, but I have a feeling that this isn't going to end peacefully.
Then perhaps we shall make sure it ends.
Just do me a favor and don't kill him.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Brick is shocked by all this, and he says, "Jared, Sir Aster, please don't kill anyone. Let's talk to him first. Maybe call the authorities. I mean, really?
Brick,
We
at
gotta
this
kill him."
point,
Authority.
at this point, it is either him or us.
Continues slinking his way, dragging the weapon. He's about 20 feet out from where you are now, from where you all are.
Sir Aster draws his sword
Okay.
and says, "I suggest you stop walking in such a violent manner."
He doesn't even, his eyes are fixed on one thing right now.
Is it Jaron? Okay. Everyone, get behind me. And Sir Aster runs right at him, runs with his sword drawn.
All right. Damn. Sir Aster's like, calm me. Everything is fine, kids. Charge. We're gonna go ahead and go into initiative, which for those who are watching for the first time, we pre-roll our initiative here just in order to keep our story moving faster. So, Sir Aster begins to charge forward. I'm not going to give you a surprise attack on it, but you are second in order. So, Brick, what do you do in response as Sir Aster charges towards your friend's father, weapon drawn?
Brick is going to try and grapple Sir Aster to stop him from fighting, because he doesn't want anyone to die, and he just doesn't want anyone to die, so he's gonna grapple him.
Oh my God.
All right, you turn around to stop him. Go ahead and do a strength. It'll be a strength check contested by, or athletics check on by each of you.
Okay.
Perfect. Got
That
it. It's
is
14
a 22.
plus 7, so 20. Oh, what?
I have a 14 plus 8.
No!
Wow.
You tried.
So
You almost had
close.
2 matches in one night. That's awesome. So yeah, Brick, you turn to stop him, but a knight on a mission is something that will not be deterred. That is your action as you feebly try. Even with your larger form, you're unable to hold him back. What else do you want to do? Anything else?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Aster, not yet.
Sorry. So Brick's seeing that he can't do it. He's gonna chase Sir Aster right behind him, and he's gonna make sure that the next time that maybe he can stop something. So he's gonna use his movement to follow Sir Aster.
Okay.
Or just to keep
that's a
up,
little wobbly.
you know?
I guess keep up with him. I can justify that. I can wiggle that one. Sir Aster, your turn. What do you do? You're continuing your charge, right?
Mm-hmm. Sir Aster, seeing this, seeing Brick try and stop him, stops in his tracks a bit, grabs Brick and says, "This is not the time for second guesses," and casts heroism on him.
Ooh.
Which is a Oath of Glory paladin spell. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. The spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points. So you gain hit points equal to 6. Yeah, 6 points of temporary hit points.
Boom, boom.
And then as a bonus action, I am going to look at Suzy. Oh, wait, no, I can't because that's concentration. Never mind.
Yeah, you're doing 1.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna I'm gonna burn a slot to have a smite on my weapon, so I don't have to do it next turn. But that's the end of my turn.
All right. You're just prepping. You're just getting ready, and you're not gonna approach any closer.
I'll get up in it. I'll get up in the Oni's face, up in
Okay.
the Jaron's dad's face, and just
Take a
kind of I want him to want to hit me before he hits anyone else.
For sure. You're just stepping forward, ready to start the fray, doing your duty, protecting the innocents. Jaron, what do you do?
At that particular moment, sorry, stuck on a couple of pages here. Jaron looks up at the creature before him, and he just feels this intense feeling of anger, disappointment, and hurt just falling over him as his eyes are set on his father, giving him probably the most vicious death glare one can. And at that moment, he eyes his father and says, honestly, there have been plenty of times I wish it was you instead. And that's going to launch his vicious mockery.
That's going to be me rolling, right?
Yep. You must make a wisdom saving throw.
And your wisdom, my DC that I'm trying to beat now is 17, right?
Yep.
Oof, nope. Far off. Bad fail. Do what you want.
Succeed on wisdom or take one. So, let me see that. Okay, so you take 1d4 psychic damage. At. Alright, here you are. Hey. 4.
Cool. Okay.
And you have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. Disadvantage on the next attack roll that it makes. Okay. In that case, you say that, and do you move at all? Are you going to move or use a bonus action?
Oh, yeah. As my bonus action, Jaron lifts up his lute a little bit, staring at Sir Aster as he begins to sing, granting him bardic inspiration.
All right.
Thank you.
Sir Aster,
is that a D8 for you?
Bardic.
Is that a D8 or a D6 at level 5?
At level 5, it is, I believe, a D6. Let me check real quick. Nope, it's a D8.
Okay. Sick, thank you.
Well, and that's it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Your father, Xavier, snarls as he starts pacing this way. He goes, your friends can't help you now. And he holds his hand out. And you all see this glowing blue start to form right at his palm. And it glows, and it just erupts into this cone of cold air. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cone of cold is rude.
Right.
That is a 14.
Let's see. 13.
Rick?
Rick, you're on mute.
Can't hear you. You're muted.
Sorry, I got a nat 1.
You're really cold.
Okay, and Suzy?
I got a 16. Oh, my action.
No, not your action, sorry, your, the roll. Okay, so, everybody, oh, I'm so sorry, so Brick, you end up taking 30 points of cold damage as you feel your whole body just shiver and shake. You don't know what's going on. You can't, you've never, you're a southern boy. You've never experienced the cold before, and it is rattling your bones. Everyone else takes
How much damage?
15 points of damage. 30 for Brick, 15 for everybody else. I was nice last game, babies. We're in the real game now.
Well, that was unexpected.
Suzy, what do you do?
Um,
Get that kid a blanket.
I'm thinking that she has a clear shot with her sling, but I don't know how many people are away.
Oh, nobody. You have a clear view.
Perfect. I'm gonna try to shoot him with a slingshot.
Yeah, right now you're only 20 feet away. You can go further away from him if you want.
He doesn't scare me.
Okay. Perfect. Susie's scared of nothing.
So I rolled a 12 and it's a +8 to hit, so that's a 20.
That is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
And my damage was a measly 1 + 5, so 6.
Okay. Yeah, you pull the ball, you put a ball bearing in your sling and let it rip, and it hits him across the chin, and you just hear a as he turns back to look at you in anger. Anything else?
I'm going to take the scarf off, and if I can get it onto Brick, I'm going to try to make him warmer.
Oh, she's gonna run over to you and try to go ahead and I'll reward creativity. Make a medicine check.
And I rolled a 5.
Oh, you're trying, but it's a thin scarf. Yeah, he starts choking because you're like not able to breathe with the scarf around his neck. Brick, you are up. I need to fix something on your health. You should be at 23 health because you had the 6.
Yes.
Oh, good thing you had the temporary hit points.
Yes. So Brick, feeling this cold, this horrible cold ray happen upon him, and he sees that, Jaron's dad did this, and he just gets so overwhelmingly angry and decides, and something overtakes him, and he goes into a rage. And so for my bonus action, I'll do that. And what what Brick does is he goes and he takes his sword and he decides to just straight up slash Jaron's dad. So
All right, gonna attack Mr. Xavier, huh? Charging into the fray. This is a one-handed strike or two-handed strike?
Two-handed.
It's a great axe, right? So that's right.
Yes. 12 plus 4 is 16. Oh, sorry, 12 plus 7 is 19. Does that hit?
Okay, that hits.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Does 19 hit? Okay, great. Sorry, I didn't add my proficiency on the hit thing. Okay.
That's my brother.
Suzy's like, yeah.
I got all in one. So I did 5 damage to him.
Y'all are killing it with the high damage rolls. Friday the 13th, baby.
Is that high?
I mean,
is
you
1
hit 'em.
damage high? Thanks.
5 damage is something. It helps. This was with your long sword, right? Or was
It was
your
with
great
the
axe?
great axe.
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. And you rage. That's your whole turn, Sir Aster. You are up. What do you do?
All right. So my bonus action last term was my sword is all smited and ready to go. So I'm gonna go swing at Jaron's dad.
Sir Aster follows close behind Brick with the secondary swing right as he reels from the first.
Oh, wow. That is an 11 on my first attack.
An 11 total?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so going for my second. Okay, much better. 22.
22. Okay. That'll hit, and you get your branding smite extra 2d6 damage as well.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That is a total of 13 damage on my first attack, on my second attack. And then...
Second attack, yep.
Who's really hurt?
Brick is probably
Brick
the
is
most
really
hurt. Suzy, I mean, everyone's taking damage, but Brick is probably the bloodiest.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to Brick and bonus action lay on hands you, and I'm gonna give you 10 hit points.
Thanks.
Okay.
Cool, and that is
okay.
the end of my turn.
Okay. This is a gray area of attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna let it slide this time. It's a gray because it's not disengaging, but you could still like so I'll let it slide. Jaron, what do you do?
So,
Now that your dad
standing
just
there,
blasted you with cold air.
indeed, Jaron looks up, glaring at his dad, and smirks a bit before smiling and muttering, "Love you anyway," which activates his words of terror. So,
Ooh, it hasn't been a minute.
oh, that's right.
Your words of
Crap.
terror doesn't affect
Yeah.
it yet. You have to have a minute of conversation. Yeah,
That's right.
It's only been about 12 seconds so far.
12 seconds. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and
I
dissonant
only
whisper
know that
his
off the
ass
top of my
again.
head because my brother has the same class. Okay. Just for dissonant whispers again, you said?
Yep.
Alright. I don't have my Saints colored dice today. I gotta find them.
Aren't those bad luck dice?
Nope, not gonna do it. For y'all, maybe. That's not gonna do it. So you go ahead and roll that D4 damage.
3.
3 more points of damage. All right. And what'd you whisper to him this time?
I don't think Mom loves you anyway.
Damn, he's just starting to like. That one got to him, and he is going to. Oh, what else are you gonna do before I respond? Anything else?
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting like all the stuff that I have now.
And you've used 2 inspirations so far.
Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and end my turn on that one.
Okay. After hearing that insult, that rage, and knowing, how rough it's been since your brother passing, oh man, he is going to push past you two, charging for Jaron. Would anyone like to take an attack of opportunity?
I would love to.
And I also.
Yes, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. I just didn't want to assume that you want to use your bonus action, you know what I mean? Or your reaction.
That's a 23.
Seems equal bad. That's gonna hit.
Cool.
It is a 10 plus 17 to 17 hit.
17 will hit too. Okay,
So
you both
11
managed to
damage.
hit. 11 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Slash it. As I get into
You-
him
yeah,
with
you-
my great sword.
Yeah, you cut him in the back, so he runs
9
past. He doesn't
damage.
even react, though. He's charging. 9 damage. They're the good rolls. I just give you all a chance. Jaron,
Oh.
what's your armor class?
12.
12? Okay. That is going to hit. And that is going to be 2d10 damage. Where are they? He comes at you and just in anger swings his sword with a rage and hits you for 14 points of damage. And he's going to continue spinning and swipe at Suzy as well. And that is not going to hit because Suzy's super fast. That was a 6, that was 13, so not going to hit. So, Suzy, the blade comes swinging and just right over your head because you're a lot shorter now than he remembered. You are up.
I'm I'm going to take this opportunity to go into a rage and attack him with my glaive.
Okay. Starts fuming and comes in with your child-sized glaive.
Yeah. You see this little tiny shaking figure. And I just rolled a 17.
Okay.
With my glaive, it's a +7 to hit.
That'll do it. Yep.
Yep. And then rolled a 2 + 4 + 2, so 6 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah. You reacted quickly and painfully towards him. Awesome. And slashed into him in reaction to him missing you. Do you want to do anything? You get 2 attacks now at level 5, so would you like to do anything else?
I'm gonna hit him again.
Y'all do know that, right? Yeah, because y'all do get 2 attacks.
I forgot mine. I didn't do
Okay.
my second attack.
And I didn't say anything because y'all are good.
My bad. I told you.
Your kid's figuring out your new abilities.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You literally just transformed. What'd you
So
roll,
I
Suzy?
try to hit him again, and I rolled a 13, which +7 is a 20.
Yep, that'll do it. Suzy Strongman.
This time I rolled a 4, +4 is going to be 8, +2 is going to be a 10. 10 points. A little better.
Suzy just cleaving away at Xavier after he came charging at Jaron. I think she's mad seeing her friend get hurt by her dad. Dads aren't supposed to hurt people. Brick,
That's
you're up.
hurt friends or big brothers. He's going down.
Now turns around and he tries to find Jaron's dad, and he charges at him, and as he will do the what he's going to do, there he is. What he's going to do is he's going to use a reckless attack, and he's going to just swing his great axe as much as he can to just try to get a hit on this demon in front of him.
All right, reckless attack. Go ahead and let me mark that so I remember.
I rolled a 4, and then I rolled a 1.
Oh, you are so angry, but you're just swinging at the air. You weren't even close to him.
Do you have Bardic?
Yeah, do you have an inspiration? No,
no,
you're the only one that's been inspired, Aster.
I'm not the one who has it. Yeah, but so what he'll do is as soon as he sees that he did his hits didn't hit, he goes and takes his second attack, and also recklessly attacks again. Oh. I rolled a 5 and then a 1.
Friday the 13th. This isn't going to be a 3-parter after all, y'all. Going to be a 2-part episode. 2-part series. Killing kids. Welcome to Break the Table. We murder children.
I miss
Sorry, Brick. You're just swinging, flailing, and failing. And now the next attack on you has advantage.
That's my brother.
Yeah, Suzy's like, go, Sir Aster, your turn.
Okay, I see that this monster is going after Jaron, so I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith. Jaron, that gives you a +2 bonus to your AC, as long as I have the spell up. Heroism is dropped.
Good, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go with my 2 attacks on this big guy.
Awesome.
That
so
is an
now
18.
Jaron's AC is up by 2. It's going to hit, yep.
Cool. And I'm going to just roll my second attack.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 10, then I'm going to roll my Bardic. And that is an 18 again. Wow.
Okay.
Full
Yeah,
eight.
that hits as well.
Sick. So both hit, and now Jaron
Nice.
is a seed.
Mm-hmm.
26 damage.
Hot damn, what did you roll?
I rolled like 3 5s on that.
We should have.
Because it was
That's
46, because there's 2 attacks with my greatsword.
Right. Great sword, 2d6, so
And
good.
I've got the
awesome.
plus 5
yeah.
strength.
With that, those 2 slices, the rage from seeing a fallen companion, and then not minutes later watching a kid now get gunned down, Sir Aster's just feeling useless, which is the worst thing for a Nightkin. That's their whole purpose, is to protect and to maintain. And just with the new fueled rage, just goes in and just starts hacking and cutting away at this monster after a shimmer starts to glow around Jaron. And you are up, Jaron.
As Jaron is standing there watching all this, he suddenly feels extremely uncomfortable as a very, very cold and distant feeling comes over him, somewhat familiar from what he felt before in the convenience store. And as he sits there, slightly bewildered by it, he suddenly just randomly screams out enough before touching himself and turning himself invisible.
I don't want to know what you're doing while you're invisible.
I'm glad someone said.
I had to say something. Okay. Yeah, you just shimmer out of view. Do you want to move away?
Yes, sorry about that.
Or are you gonna stay there?
I'm actually gonna move. I'm gonna move around. Jaron moves around his dad.
Okay. But you're staying within the 5 feet.
Yeah, staying within the 5
Okay.
feet, yeah.
Okay. Cool. So now you're next to Sir Aster, but no one else has any idea. Is that cool? I don't know if you see you on the map. When I moved you over, you were circling towards the protector. Or would you circle towards Suzy? What do you think? It's your call.
Let's Suzy.
Okay.
Because she seems to know what she's doing in this fight.
Xavier just sees you vanish, and the next thing he feels are the cuts in his back, and he just swipes with his claw behind him at you, Sir Aster. So that's gonna be a but why? Nope, that's not gonna hit. That's a 16.
Ties go to the attacker.
Oh, ties go to the attacker. That's right.
I'm a paladin that doesn't
I
have
keep
a
thinking
shield.
y'all are like at. Right. Okay, so that's gonna hit, and that's gonna be
Big
1
boy.
Big boy.
Big boy. Who's good boy?
He's got the big boy stats.
All right, that's gonna be 9 points of damage, Sir Aster, as you feel claws cut across your front of your chest, cutting through your armor slightly. And he's going to continue with his sword and also swing at Brick. And that's a 13 versus your armor class, Brick.
Oh, 15. 15's my armor class.
Okay, does not hit. So you managed to slide back just in time. Fortunately, you saw the attack go at Sir Aster, so you felt a little. You were prepared. Suzy, you are up.
Still enraged, still hitting with my glaive.
Yeah, just mad.
So I just rolled a 17 plus 7, so I know I hit. Let's see,
Okay.
4, 8 plus 2 is 10. So he'll take 10 points.
10. Okay.
And
Yeah, with... Sorry, go ahead, Suzy.
I'm going to try hitting him again, which was a
Okay.
19. It was a 12 with a plus 7.
Okay.
Rolled a 6, so that's 10, 12 points of damage.
All right, so Suzy, describe the finishing blow.
She takes her tiny child-sized glaive, and the first strike probably hamstrings him because she can't reach very high. And then he falls to the ground and leaps and brings the glaive down across his throat and says, "That's for trying to kill my brother!" And when she lands, she looks at he's like, "Only I get to try to kill you."
Dark purple begins to pour from Xavier's neck and pool onto the street. As his form shrinks, he still has that demonic purple glow to him, but he is now normal sized and he collapses in a heap. You can smell the booze coming from his blood. He seems to be breathing, but he's definitely not moving.
Let's go.
Yes. Let's.
Hey, Suzy.
You all continue.
Thanks again.
I don't know why your dad tried to kill my brother.
It has everything to do with what's going on tonight. And I have a feeling this is not the last person in the neighborhood we're going to see like this. Aster, can you explain what's going on right now?
Kind of. I have educated guesses.
Want to do an intelligence check, Aster? See how much
Yeah.
you parse?
Sure.
I'll let you do
Can I do
investigation.
Can I do insight?
I mean, it's kind of one of those two.
I mean, investigation or arcana is going to be the same thing.
Okay, yeah, so go with either.
Cool. That is a 14.
We should just go home.
Yeah, you know that it's this something occurred that has disrupted the magical balance in the land. This area, which is supposed to be the pivot point of the balance, has shifted. And now it's not that magic is pouring out, it's that magic is now being expressed throughout.
Something shifted. It seems like whatever magic was inherent in this world is no longer dormant. We should go.
Does this shift anything like the one you initially felt when you got here?
Whatever I felt before must have been a precursor to what this is.
Suzy's just tugging on your arm until you look at her.
Yes?
It doesn't look very good.
What did you say?
Rick needs to go home. He doesn't feel very good.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine, and I'll cure wounds him.
Okay.
I'll actually do it at a second level. You're pretty hurt, right? How bad are you? Yeah, I'll do a second level cure wounds on you.
Yeah, Rick and Jaron are both pretty bloody.
All right, it's a 5.
Rick just looks at Sir Aster.
It's a 7.
And says, "Thank you."
That is 15 health back to you.
You gave me 15 health?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, Jaron, how are you?
15.
I think I'll be okay. He's actually pretty bruised and bloody as he stands over his father's body,
I think
doing his best not to kick him.
I think Sir Aster brushes, like there's still like frost in your hair, like brushes that off, but does a lay on hands and gives you 10 hit points anyway.
that, you all start slowly heading down the street towards the Blymin residence. Nervous, a little scared, a little shook by what just occurred.
As we're in front of their house, like I can tell that this is theirs, Sir Aster looks to the kids and goes, "I apologize, but this is where we part ways." I have to go do something. The rest of you should stay here and find shelter.
How are we supposed to find shelter? Everything is dangerous right now. What exactly is it that you're going to do, and what exactly can we do to help?
If I had to get... Whatever is going on here, the people that you will encounter, whatever they are exaggerations of who they were before this. So, I'm sure your father, I don't want to make assumptions, but he didn't seem like the best person when he turned back anyway. So, perhaps you should find an adult who is a good man and stick by them. But and Sir Aster gets on Luna at this point, my friend died today because of what happened. I'm going to stop it. And hitches his horse and heads off down the street, heading towards the amusement park.
Away. As the camera fades, we hear dun 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 dun. Awesome. We are gonna take a quick break there. I know, Jaron, you wanted to respond, but I think that's the perfect little moment to hit a quick pause.
Oh, so, yeah, it wasn't anything
for those
major.
who are watching. Okay, yeah. We will be back in a few minutes with more role-play varied shenanigans. Find out what happens back at the house after this short break. And while we're gone, I hope you enjoy this awesome dance that our production manager Sade choreographed and directed. This is But Why, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. See you soon.
Whoop.
You're in a car, and crying and amazed at how bad it feels to do bad things. Then you're in a hotel bathroom with blood on your undershirt and the smell of a too-chlorinated pool outside. You know 100 ways to pray to the gods, rippling beneath that water. Confess, tangle, pass through. Once your room is dark, they come inside, dripping wet. When you show them the burnt place on your arm, they show you the bands of flesh cut from their thighs. You suck their tongues, trace the blisters under their wings. It's so lucky, this living forever all at once. When you turn on the lights, you're inconsolably glad. You could stop this whenever. But why?
What the fuck is you thinking? Better yet, where the fuck is you going? Get acting, no star mapping out here, nobody knowing. Time flying and you figure you fly right along with it. Not hearing no warnings in the morning, you go get it. Space is wavy, follow form it, analyze it spectrally. The specter in the spectrum on inspection is an entity. You call it God or man or woman, love or hope is all the same. A nickel bag philosophy, a beta boost inside the brain. No home, you've been there, clearly off safety. No destination, no time for waiting. Saviors are fiction, memories fading like ghosts. Ghosts, go. Baby, don't sleep. Baby, don't sleep too much. Baby, don't sleep. Baby, don't sleep too much.
Baby, don't sleep. Baby, don't sleep too much. Baby, don't sleep.
Baby, don't sleep.
With sensitive enough instruments, even uprooting a shrub becomes a seismic event. So much of living is about understanding scale. A tiny crystal dropped in a river turns the entire river red. The hands that folded me into my body were not punishing me, nor could they ever be punished, while the hands of the idol sculptor were cut off and tossed to the dogs. This is proof of something. But what? Maybe that retribution has grown vulgar with sin now, inevitable as summer sweat. Most days I try hard to act human, to breathe like a human, and speak with the same flat language, but often my kindness is clumsy. I stop a stranger to tie his shoes and end up kissing his knees. I believe in luck, and I am barely troubled by its volatility. I remember too well the knife held to my gut, the beehive I once spat at for hours without getting stung. The charm of this particular dilemma. Faith begins where knowing ends.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo, so much space. When you're out there without care, man, you're so out of touch. And it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much.
You could stop this whenever. But why?
Hello. Welcome back to Roleplay Varied, our second episode of our special sneak peek. We started this off on Halloween. We met our trick-or-treaters as they explored their town, got some candy, ended up in a graveyard and had to deal with some nasty skeletons before meeting a pumpkin-headed compatriot on a horse. They were chased by blink dogs, ended up in a convenience store where they met another pumpkin-headed compatriot. That's my new thing for these, the Nightkin, I think. Pumpkin-headed compatriots. And from there, they discovered that their town, our lane, seems to be a pivot point between the mystical realms and the more material ones. And there was a disruption going on, taking place at the abandoned theme park nearby. Sir Aster, our pumpkin-headed companion, decided to go investigate that, but not before walking the children home. On their way out, Jaron turned back and did a heinous act, making Sir Aster officially the last of the Nightkin. And in doing so, further made the break, the shattering that was occurring in the town just go exponentially faster. The sky turned red, and the people that lived there, the residents, began to shift as the magical forces began to influence their bodies. They ran into Jaron's father. It was not a very pleasant encounter. In his drunken rage, he became an Oni. They managed to keep him back. And Sir Aster decided it was time to take care of this as he rode off in the night, leaving the kids at the corner near the Blymin residence. Kids, what do you do?
Rick turns to his friend and his sister, and he just says, "I guess we go home." I'm genuinely confused what to do. He was left so abruptly.
I think that the best thing for us to do right now is to not listen to him and follow him and see what's up.
I would love for everyone to make perception checks. All three of you.
13.
18.
Rick, you're about to respond, and you hear the faintest sounds coming from near your house. It seems to be this crying harmony from, like, just within the door, maybe?
No. Sheer terror as the musical notes of my stepfather Greg's harmonica and Brick's eyes immediately super wide and says, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. I've had too many flashbacks with this.
It actually sounds pretty pleasant, especially after all of this.
Brick immediately turns to Jaron and grabs his shirt and looks him dead face in the eyes and says, you don't want to go in there. Too much time I have lost. I have lost too much time to this harmonica playing, man.
I understand your feelings. Can you please put me down?
He puts you down.
Thanks.
This continues. Suzy's all happy as she starts making her way. Rick, you see your sister going, and in the distance past her, it's really weird because, trick-or-treating's kind of been over. You can hear the noise from some of the houses down the road that are having more like late-night parties. But you see one figure just slowly creeping from further down the street in your direction, feet slowly dragging. Suzy doesn't seem to pay it any mind as she hops her way towards the front door.
Can I make a perception roll on that?
You, with your last perception roll, you haven't You had a 13 on your last one, right?
Yes, and I can't remember which modifier I'm supposed to use on that.
Wisdom.
Oh,
For perception, it's your wisdom.
Yeah, I don't have any. We're good.
And I would say with that last roll, with your 13, you didn't hear the harmonica, but you see the shape in the distance. Can't make it out at all. Brick, you just hear like the scraping sound. You know it's like something's not scraping. You can tell that it's like dragging its feet, rather, kind of lumbering, if you will.
So wait, so does Brick know like something's up, or I'm just gonna roll for something. I'm gonna roll for anything. Tell me what investigation, I guess.
Yeah, he's trying to see if something's wrong. I would say that would be an investigation. Yeah.
Okay, because that's just really weird. That I want to know what that scraping is. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Hooray.
You take a look. You kind of like crane your eyes and looking, and you notice a slightly bulging belly. You see a gash in the leg, like something's missing from that area, and you recognize that dragging is it's a mummy. They're moving the way a mummy would, like zombie lumbering, and you, with your natural 20, you deduct that is your neighbor, Jerry, Suzy's classmate's father, who, if you remember, Suzy decided to rip off part of his toilet paper leg.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. That's why I was so confused. I'm like, I've never heard this before, and now I remember. Yes, okay. Now this all makes more sense. I totally forgot they existed.
And with your natural 20, I will say that you also ascertain that it is definitely something has happened. That's not Jerry coming, like, kind of like how Jaron's dad wasn't Mr. Xavier. That's not Mr. Jerry. That is a scary Jerry.
Well, where did I hear the harmonica then? Is it behind Jerry, or is it...
Oh, the harmonica was coming from your house, which is like, so you all turned the corner. Your house is like three houses down, and then further down the street, like you can see under the lights of the street, down the road.
Oh, I see, so they're not in the yard, okay.
That is, no, they're making their way towards you. I'd say they're about 100 feet away right now. They're pretty far.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, about 120 feet.
Okay.
And no one else has seemed to notice it yet.
Ooh, Brick goes, and he immediately tells the group everything, and he says, there's something back there. It's really spooky. I don't know what to do with it. I want Sir Aster. I'm really scared. And Brick gets closer to his friends because he's scared.
How far ahead is Suzy?
Suzy, you are near the front of the house. I think you're still within earshot, so you can hear your brother talking about this. You're about 100 feet, so you now see the figure in the distance, but you don't really pay it any. You don't register it, right? You see it, and your brain goes, "Oh, Halloween, duh." But now that your brother's talking, you are recognizing something's wrong. It's about 100 feet from you, 120 feet from your brother and Jaron.
I'm so glad you said that. Jaron looks up at the creature in the distance and points his finger towards it, whispering, "What are your intentions in activating his message?"
Message.
Oh, he sends him a message.
Yes. Can you
Nice.
explain to our audience about that?
So, with the message, you point your finger toward a creature within range, which is 120 feet, and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you hear. You can cast this spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it's beyond the barrier.
Yeah. So you said you send that thought out, and you feel the buzz of energy, and you actually see a spark kind of shoot and get there, and you feel a return, and all that you get back is revenge.
Jaron stops for a moment, lowering his hand and then lowering his head as well. Suzy's not gonna like this one. So, Brick.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to keep going on.
No, I am.
Sorry.
He's talking to Brick now. So, Brick.
Oh, sorry. My friend, I don't know what to do, man. I'm really caught in a rock between hard places, between following what I think we should do and following my heart. Do you understand?
Dude, what we need to
really
do is get your sister.
But listen,
Dad?
I can't argue with that. You know what? Never mind. He goes. You're right. He just goes. He goes
Suzy
and
starts
runs after Suzy.
Says, Dad, Greg, make a perception check with disadvantage. Because I don't know if y'all have a dad that plays music, but when they're in that mode, they don't hear shit.
You said disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage, yeah.
I got a 17 and a nat 20, so that's an 18.
But tonight, Greg's dad instincts are on. He knows that since your all's mom is gone working that night, that like you're his responsibility. He hears the faint dad and the harmonicas.
The door
My dog wants
opens.
to see y'all.
Well, hey, whoa, hey, Suzy, you're really short. What happened? I think you see, Greg has like almost like a little bit of goblin in him, but is like still tall for a goblin, so he's like half goblin, half human. He's a little bit shorter than he usually is, so Brick's probably taller than him, because he was like 5'10" before. And now he's got a little bit of goblin, so he's shorter. And he's got goggles over his head, and his overalls are fitting a little looser on him, but he's still playing the harmonica. And he goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Whoa, you all look different. Like every single one of you. Did you guys get better costumes on the way? What happened?"
Greg? Sorry, my apologies, Mr. Blymin. Have you managed to look in a mirror?
No, I finished. I don't know. There was a moment, and I just was able to finish my project super fast. You know, it just kind of happened out of nowhere. I was just like trying to figure it out, and then bop, 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 you know, and I just started playing the harmonica ever since. You know.
Jaron leans over to Brick. Should we tell him?
Listen, man. I want to milk this as much as I can. And Brick goes to Greg and he says, "What's up, shorty?" And then he goes to give him a high five, but then he's like, "Oh, too low." And then he puts his hand to the bottom so Greg can give him a high five.
Are you trying to like too slow him?
No, I'm just like, it's like have you ever had that one tall friend that was like, "Hey, try to hit my stuff," but then they're like, "Oh, you can't, haha," so then they lower it down.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a joke on their height, you know?
Mm-hmm, yeah, Greg
See what
just
I'm
goes,
saying?
Greg just looks and goes, yeah, I get that you're tall, Brick, but your face is the same.
He also
Jaron snorts, cackling with laughter.
Rick hears
behind.
this and immediately like shrinks in size, like inside. Like, oh no!
Like you have like a crazy built body now, but I mean you have just a little boy face.
Oh, that is one way to cut your son's hopes and dreams and everything.
Brick is really just crushed.
Oh
He
my
was
God.
thinking of himself as like who's someone jacked. Chris Hemsworth. And, yeah, he was thinking he was like Hughes Jackman, but now he feels like Caillou.
Jaron,
So baby faced.
Jaron is just doubled over in laughter and howling.
A Hulk, but it's Caillou.
Yes, Caillou.
Awful. An awful image.
Oh man, yo, Greg is savage. All right, sorry.
And so Greg joined you on the porch. Jaron is just on the floor, and Brick. Oh my gosh. Brick's whole everything has been ruined. Sorry, Suzy, I can't hear you.
How many weird things have happened tonight, Dad? Like,
Well, what happened?
there was the big haunted house. I made it through it, and then I saw this guy, and he was on a horse with a pumpkin head, and then we got beat up by bullies, and they like really beat up Brick, and then I hit him with my stick, and they went running away, and then we went to the cemetery, and the cemetery was really dark, and everybody had to pee, and Brick
I
took
think what Susie's trying to say, Mr. Blymin, is that tonight has been extremely eventful. Unfortunately, I do not think those events are about to stop anytime soon.
Wait, you guys
Jaron
want-
stated
Yeah,
as he
that's
nudges his thumb in the direction of the creature, continuing to head towards them.
My friend gave me this necklace, and then he went off by himself, and I think he's not gonna have a good time, and I feel bad that he left, and I wanted him to stay here, and he had a horse named Luna, and we could have put Luna in the garage.
The
and
point,
we
Suzy,
could
the
give
point,
her
the point.
Shadows of things, like the shadows of the leftover parsnips, and maybe she would have eaten them, and then I wouldn't have to eat the parsnips when Mom gets home. But his name was Sir Aster, and now he's out in the dark, and he's all by himself, and I don't like that.
Well, I mean, wow. Just
Rick?
wow. First of all, that's a lot. But I'm sorry.
Brick goes up to Greg and says, "None of that is true. The real version is I beat up the bullies."
I'm gonna kick him in the shin.
God,
He revels back. He makes it really girly.
Can
So you
Greg
see
like
this big.
can Greg just
20?
pull them apart though?
You can try, but she rolled a natural 20, so I don't think.
Yeah, probably just bats Greg away.
Yep, bats him away and manages to kick him right in the shin.
As much as I am enjoying this family reunion, guys, we still have bigger problems on our hands.
What bigger problems? It sounds like you guys already had a bunch of stuff happen.
As you are saying that, you notice, Greg, you notice a gentleman, you think, making their way towards your yard, right in front of your house now.
Hey, trick-or-treating's done. It's over with. Sorry.
Greg, I don't think that's a trick-or-treater.
Well, why not? They're in a costume.
Jaron, you hear a slight, excuse me, I'm lost. And you turn around and you see a young girl sitting under the light, just kind of swaying, rubbing her hands, looking at you, looking really scared.
Where did you come from?
Can you walk me home? Can you walk me home?
Brick sees this, right? Or is it just Jaron?
Brick, you can make a perception check.
Okay.
This is Jaron. Jaron is the only one that's like seems to be engaged.
Who's aware of it? Oh,
Getting kicked
I
by
got
his
a 2.
little sister.
Yeah, the 2, your shin is throbbing. You don't notice anything, but like, how did my sister get smaller but stronger? I don't understand. Greg, you shouted at this figure, but they continue lumbering, and they lumber up towards Suzy.
Hey,
and they're
Suzy,
about 20 feet away.
Suzy, back up away from me.
They are making their way, attempting to grab at Suzy.
Well, hey,
all you
don't
see is
Greg just I mean, I don't think he knows that this is at all the situation that it is. He's just like a father being like, get away from my daughter. What are you doing? Who are you? Like, back off.
You do that. You go in front, and you get in front just in time as a hand is reaching out, and you kind of go to push it away, and Greg just feels rot. What is Greg's armor class?
14.
14. Okay.
Studded overalls.
Just barely manages to not get affected by this burning flesh sensation that he's feeling in his arm.
Okay. All right. Hey, why don't everybody we run. We get out of here. We close the door and lock it behind us, right? Everybody, let's try and turn around and usher the kids as quickly as you can.
I'm gonna say let's go into initiative there. Let's go into initiative for the sake of organization. Brick.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, I go
first. I'm sorry, Suzy has a higher. I'm sorry, you would go first, but Suzy also rolled a 22, and her, has a 20 for dexterity, so she goes first.
I got this, Dad.
So Suzy.
What does that even mean?
She's gonna try hitting the thing.
Okay, so Suzy pulls her little child glaive and runs under Greg's legs and goes charging for an attack.
I rolled a 6. So plus 7, 11. Yeah.
Nope. As she swings and tries to clip the mummy right where it's missing its what used to be toilet paper, but now looks like some pretty legit rotted wrapping. Do you want to attack again or use a bonus action or anything?
I'm gonna attack again.
Yeah.
Oh, even worse. I rolled a 4.
Ooh. Greg, you just see your daughter swinging, and I think for a moment you're proud. Look at her standing up for herself, but ain't she cute? Any bonus action, Suzy?
I think she's gonna duck back behind her dad and be like, "What the heck?"
Okay. It is going to hit an attack of opportunity on you as you do that. I don't need those stats anymore. With its fist, it's gonna oof. That's gonna hit for sure. It was a 19 plus 5. It's gonna reach and it tries to whack you as you try to hide behind your dad. And then Suzy, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as he swats at your arm, and it hits, and then the arm starts to sting, like horribly sting, and you take another 6 points of damage as you feel this rot start to grow in that area. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I rolled a 10.
All right. Your hit points are now reduced permanently by 6. Your maximum hit points are permanently reduced by 6.
Damn.
At least
Process.
until you are able to take care of that. It's just throbbing and it hurts and you don't know what it is. You're not sure, but it hurts and it's bad. All right, Brick, what do you do?
Brick is gonna recklessly attack. He's going to, because that just seems what to do. Just going right into the fray of the battle.
Okay.
11 plus 7, so 18. Does that hit?
That hits.
Great. And you know what? He's also gonna take a second attack. He's gonna recklessly attack with that too.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. But before you do, I'm sorry, I think I fucked something up. Suzy, your first hit was an 11? It was a 13, wasn't it? I messed something up. That did hit. I'm sorry. I was wrong. So go ahead and roll 1 damage. Brick, back to you to deal with yours, and then I'm going to retcon Suzy's 1 hit.
So 14 plus 7, which is 21. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So both attacks hit.
Yeah, I was wondering, I was like, wait a minute, the AC is not 18. What am I looking at? The wrong thing.
That is 23 damage overall.
Ooh, as you just charge, you get fueled because your sister went in and you were just telling your stepdad how you're tough, so you had to prove him. 26, you said? Yeah, you hack, and I think you managed to slice into that arm that just grabbed your sister, and it's now hanging from the rotted flesh. The smell starts to actually, go into the air, it's making your stomach turn.
That's my brother.
Greg, you are up.
Yeah, and my stepson. Suzy, are you alright? No, okay, I'm gonna, Greg pulls out this little half-goblin tinkery dude is gonna pull out a little bit of Neosporin and some Band-Aids, and he's gonna just spray off and give you his 1d4 healing ability, so...
Make a medicine check. Make a medicine check first.
Okay.
Which, with your regular stats, that's wisdom, so we bumped his wisdom slightly, right?
Yeah, it's a 15.
Okay, that's great, yeah. You rolled a 15.
No, I rolled a 14 plus 1.
Okay, perfect. Then yeah, Suzy, go ahead and heal yourself. 1d4.
I rolled a d4 and I got a 4.
Perfect. Suzy heals for 4.
And then I'm gonna...
dad mode.
Greg's gonna go, honestly, it kind of looks like you kids got this. I'm gonna hang by Jaron. And I'm gonna make my way over to Jaron.
Alright, he already got an attack of opportunity, so it's not going to do anything. And Jerry the Mummy is going to try to... He stares at you, Rick. Rage, and his jaw starts to drop open. And where you think a jaw would stop, it continues to fall and fall, like its whole mouth is opening. He's going to swallow you whole. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Come on. I got a 19 plus,
Okay.
Well, it's a 19 plus 1, a 20, a modified 20.
Okay. Dirty 20. You panic for a second. Like, your whole body starts to shake in fear. You've never seen something that scary. Fortunately, your Dad let you watch it for the first time recently. And since you just saw that movie, you knew there was something fake going on. It was all in your head, and so you managed to swallow your fear. Jaron, you once again hear that the little girl starts to walk her way towards you, just slowly, and she sticks her hand out and goes, "Please take me home." I can't hear you. Sorry.
Sorry, no. At that moment, Jaron becomes overwhelmed with fear and panic, screaming out no, and once again placing his hand on himself and turning invisible.
Okay.
What the heck? How did you walk?
All right, you just disappear. Perfect. Okay, yeah, you just vanish. And as that happens, the little girl goes, "I'm scared, mister." And she runs towards you, Greg, and goes, "Please come help me!" And starts to transform. And you see through the charade as nails come to grab at Greg's throat.
Oh, why does this always happen to me?
Oh, I only rolled a 5 plus something low. What's Greg's DC is 14, he said?
DC or AC?
I rolled an 11.
Is
AC,
AC
sorry.
14?
Okay, yeah, you're safe. I rolled an 11. So it's reaching, and Greg's kind of like, yeah, it's the overall. And then that'll be that turn. At which point you hear from next door creep open, and Mr. Taylor, your elderly neighbor, starts making his way out and goes, What's going on over here?" And he sees this creature and he goes, "Greg, do you need help?"
Probably. I'm the only adult here, and I don't know what to do.
That's my dad.
That's my mom's husband, who's not related to me.
I think I can assist. He takes a few steps down, and you see he is walking with this, his old walker, which has grown a bit more gnarled. He tends to wear looser garb, but now you're noticing that his loose robes seem to have this sheen to them that are a bit more, it's a bit prettier. I don't know, it just has this glow to it of a sort. And he makes his way in between the two houses and goes, "Let's see if I still have it." And pulls his hands out and just slams them together full force. And when he slams his hands, all you hear is a sound as a thunderous wave erupts out from him. And the little zombie, this dude is gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, that's way past, yeah. So the mummy will end up taking some damage, but not a whole lot from this guy. Jaron, you already went. Suzy, you are next. I'm still finishing this roll. Go ahead and take your turn.
I'm gonna try hitting the mummy a couple of times.
Yeah, he's looking pretty rough. He's starting to get, from this thunder wave, you can see the wrappings parting, and you can see the rotted flesh torn all underneath and all around. Swing away, Suzy, swing away.
So I rolled 6, which is with a +7, so 13, and a 12 with a +7, so.
Okay, yeah, they both hit.
First roll was a 10, So 14. Second roll was a 1, so 5.
The first roll kills it, so you do that first swing, and it cuts into, and you just hear revenge as he crumples to a ground, and the paper all starts to furl onto the floor right in front of Suzy. So if you want to save that second swing and charge to the other monster, I will allow it. But I will say that, what was your roll on the second?
It was a 12 plus 7, so 19.
Okay, that will hit, yep.
And then I rolled a 1, so it's 5 points of damage.
Okay. You charge this way and swing at the hag, cutting into it, and she lets out a I gave you taffy! As you cut into her. Brick, what do you do?
The mummy's closest to me, right?
The mummy is, but he has crumpled into a heap in front of your face.
So to clarify, he's dead?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know if it was. Oh, okay. So then the zombie. Where's the zombie one again?
Sorry, I was saying zombie, and the zombie was a misnomer for the mummy. It's okay. The little girl turned into this hag after.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's who I was
grab Greg. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna
charge on in.
I'm gonna attack her. Yepers. I'm gonna recklessly attack on both of my attacks.
Okay. You actually would have advantage without it because she's flanked.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I won't use it. I'll just do my regular attacks. So you said roll with advantage, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Greg, you're on deck.
Okay. So 14. So one of the rolls I got was 14. So 14 plus 7, so 21.
That's gonna hit.
The other roll was 8 plus 7, so 16. Does that hit?
Nope. So you got one that hit. Hello?
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, crit damage. So I got 16 points of damage.
Okay. Damn, from one hit. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got 12 on my D12.
Nice. Yeah, you cut into her, and again, another ear-piercing screech is let out. Greg, bonus action, or are you good, Brick?
I'm good.
Okay. Greg, you see your kids swooping this lady that just attacked at you. What do your fatherly instincts say?
So what the mummy's dead, right?
Mummy's gone, yeah.
And it's in like, is it like dust and wrappings on the ground?
Yeah, essentially the wrapping is now just there. I think they're still in a human-esque shape, but it's like compressed.
Is there mummy dust?
Make a perception check. Let's let the dice decide. I would rather let the dice decide. That's
such a DM answer.
A 16.
Okay, yeah, you can see there's some dust. There's some sprinkles around inside of the wrappings.
Greg's instinct is to run over, grab some mummy dust, go back and throw it in the hag's face.
Okay.
Why is that his
to make it blinded, or just give it disadvantage? And just sabotage the next thing the hag's gonna try and do.
Okay. First, okay, you are lucking out with Greg. Greg should not be this lucky. Again, the claws miss as you run off to grab this mummy power, and you fling it into. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay.
And
just
add
raw.
your dexterity.
Oh.
Just with the dexterity.
It's an 11.
Yeah, you throw it, and I think it just, like, blank face stare in your direction the whole time, like, unfazed. She stopped for a second, like, surprised at what happened, but definitely not affected by it.
Yeah, get him, kids. My turn.
Brick is like, thanks, Greg. That means a lot. I guess, whatever. You're just my mom's
she
husband.
stares right at you, and she goes, "You call yourself a man. Make a wisdom saving throw."
It's actually kind of toxic, and I'm trying to teach my children not to be like that, and that is a 8.
Well, despite how empowered Greg's comment response was, did not manage to actually keep his self-esteem up, and you take 2 points of damage from that vicious mocking that you got by this hag.
Okay.
And that is going to be her turn. Can she fly? She cannot fly. Okay, yes, that is her turn. Jaron. Actually, sorry. Mr. Taylor's before you. He is going to kind of look and go, I think you're taking care of this all right. Greg?
Yeah, I think you're, I don't know, just stay around maybe in case it gets worse.
How about this? And he walks up and he puts his hand on your shoulder. Oh, can he make it to you, Greg? He can. Puts his hand on you and casts Spark Skin.
Oh.
And so, Greg, you feel this, your goblin-y skin just get tough and kind of harder to move, but you feel a little hardier, a little stronger. Your AC cannot be less than 16.
Nice.
Yay.
So you have a nice little hearty help, and he goes, I think the kids are fine, and then takes a few steps back. Jaron, your turn. Still invisible.
So Jaron, still invisible, runs at the hag, jumping into the air as he swings his lute, materializing as he does so. And that's going to be a 16.
You get advantage.
Oh.
You get advantage.
Okay, well, I rolled a 16. So
Yeah.
Roll for the crit. Maybe you crit.
Roll for the crit.
Oh, gosh. Oh, God.
Oh, that was a critical fail of some type.
I know, right?
Oh, no.
that was just a real world crit fail. What, did you crit?
You landed on 20.
Landed on 20?
I told you always take the roll with advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take that Friday the
critical
13th.
hit.
And, I was going to do my Psychic Blades, but I don't think that's necessary.
Well, you still can. It's up to you.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'll do it. And what did you need me to? Oh, yeah, the 4. That's right.
That's pretty damn crazy to jump out of invisibility to a
2. 2 for that, and then it's 2d6 or d8.
Wait, what do you should be with the weapon. Hold on, I want to make sure you
Right,
do the right
that's
dice
the
for
4.
weapon. It's
Because it's club damage, right?
Yeah, I thought the club was a D6 because it's a great club.
Clubs are D6.
Oh.
Yeah, it's D6.
My bad.
Sorry, it's a great club, 2-handed, 1d8. I knew it was something different. I was like, I swear, because it's a big one, right? It's a guitar, so it's 2 hands.
Okay. Where is my?
It's always fun when spellcasters do damage. They're like, I don't know what I'm rolling.
Right. 3, and then
3. Okay.
With the Psychic Blades, what is it again? It's
2d6.
2d6. So that's 3. 11.
11 on top of the initial damage?
No, that was, so the initial damage was 3 and then 8 on top of the initial damage, so 11.
Perfect. Yeah, you come flying down to hit her. You can stay invisible, just by the way. If you want to stay invisible on this, you don't have to come out of your invisibility on the attack. Oh, I lied. Yes, you do.
I was about to say I attacked, so that's why I materialized.
I'm looking at the rules.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
why I
literally reading
materialized.
the rule, and I was like, yeah, you're fine. It's been an early day, y'all. Okay.
No, it's all right.
Raider invisibility.
Yeah.
That's why I said he materialized as he
Raider
attacked.
invisibility. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, so they come down, took her by total surprise, and you came right down on her head. Oh, did you roll 2? You only rolled once.
No, I rolled twice. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I rolled twice. Because, what?
The critical hit, you do double damage. So
Oh.
all of your dice roll, or your dice attack roll is doubled. So roll a d8 one more time.
Oh, okay. Where'd I put you just now?
God dang it.
Oh, there you are. Okay. 4.
Great, yeah. Perfect, yeah. I was like, I knew you should have done a little more than that. Awesome, yeah. You come down hard on the hag with your guitar, and all you all hear is a brrrr of the strings. Suzy, you are up.
Good job, Jaron.
I'm gonna keep
What'd you
trying
say,
to hit
Suzy?
her with things.
Suzy's just swinging in anger. Just swinging away.
15 plus 7, so 22. And
22's gonna hit, yep.
7 is 21.
Oh yeah, that'll hit too.
Rolled a 9 plus 4, 13, and a 2 plus 4, 6.
Nice. Suzy just swinging her child glaive. You know, it looks like a normal sword for any other person, but in her tiny hands, with her tiny body, she looks pretty fearsome. You would be, you know, if you were her size or smaller, you'd be so scared right now. With Suzy's ferocity and savagery, with her swings. Brick, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna recklessly attack again. Once again. With
Yeah, go
both
for
my
it.
attacks. Come on. Give me a crit. Ooh. Okay, so I hit 19 plus 7 is 26 for one of it, so one hit. And then 6 plus 7 is 13. Does that hit?
Nope. You got one hit in there.
Okay. Cool. Come on. 11 plus 4 is 15. So 15 points of damage.
15. You swing hard with your great axe. You cut into her, and she goes down to a knee and is wobbling and shaking as she tries to make her way back up. Looking very rough, looking very bloody, looking like a pretty hurt witch. Anything else, Brick?
That's it.
Okay, Greg.
Greg's gonna go for a punch.
Like, can you
Go ahead
describe
and
where?
roll with advantage, Greg, as you just like... Has Greg ever been in a fight?
No.
Oh.
I don't even know what he. Would you say it's a strength or dex based?
It's gonna be a strength. It's
Okay,
gonna
so
be
that's a +1. So because I
Yeah.
doubt I have proficiency. Okay.
Uh-uh.
All right, so that's a 17.
Okay. 17 matches. So, it's gonna hit. But it only does the 1 point of damage because it's unarmed strike. And all Greg hears is crunch. And you feel your knuckles come inward slightly as you pull your hand back. Part of your bone in your hand is popped up. You have just broken your hand.
Oh.
Bro.
Ah. Okay. Don't punch her, kids.
Break.
Don't. Not good. Yeah, it hurts. That's the end of my
Brick
turn.
is just in shock by seeing his mom's husband, who's not related to him, break his hand by punching someone, which was pretty cool, but also pretty dumb at the same time.
About to say, to be fair, your dad just like, that was both awesome and idiotic. Like, Brick's having a mixed bag of feelings right now.
Yeah.
Next up is Marilyn, our witch. Suzy,
I had the bark on. I thought the wood would be.
Suzy, when you met Miss Marilyn at the getting candy, you thought her nails were pretty awesome. You never seen, we've had that talk. It was like surprising to see something both feminine but also like so cool and gnarled and like twisted. Like she went all out for that costume. They've never looked scarier as you see those nails swinging toward your brother's face, trying to cut him across the face. Oh, I lost my D20. That means it automatically misses, right? Nope. And I get advantage on this. That was a 15. Ooh, and then way less than a 15. So, Brick, you are safe as she tries to cut. Wait, right? 16's your armor class. Yeah. So she no, it is 15.
Yeah. No, 15.
Because I was surprised you're not safe.
Persuaded me so good. No, it's 15.
I will convince you of the wrong numbers every time. No, yeah. So
you did. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good.
You feel these nails enter your cheek and pull down towards your jaw. You feel them catch behind your teeth and scrape your gums as they pull out. And you take 10 points of slashing damage as she cuts your face.
How horrifying. Wait, how
Yeah,
much did you
it's gonna
say?
be a gnarly scar. 10 points. Okay.
Oh.
Mr. Taylor sees this and goes, "Hey, you leave him alone. He's a good boy." And he walks up with his staff and tries to whack her with his quarterstaff. Oh my god. And he hits.
Oh, nice.
Yo, if this...
Thanks, Gramps.
If this
Thanks so much.
Yeah, right. Okay. It's gonna be 3 points of damage as he comes up and he hits her pretty hard in the back of the head. She goes down. She's looking really rough, y'all. Really rough. It seems like that hit really kind of got her a little disoriented. She's kind of swinging now, just randomly at you all. And Jaron, you are next.
Jaron steps forward looking at the hag with a smirk on his face as he smiles and says to her, "That's okay. You've never looked better." Activating his vicious mockery on her.
Okay. Wisdom save. I'm starting to get this one down. Alright, she has a higher wisdom, so let's see. Fail. Hard fail.
just
ahead and roll that d4 of damage.
Yeah. 3.
3. Your words make her grab her head, and she wails in pain and starts going, I'm beautiful! I'm beautiful! And she starts to slowly melt. Or you think she is. You're not really sure, but you're feeling so good about what you said. You're like, yeah, she's melting. I just snatched her.
Greg throws a little bit more mummy dust.
Anything else? A little more mummy dust. Suzy, the back top of the order.
What's with the mummy dust?
What do you want to do, Suzy?
So is she gone or is she still a threat?
She is still there. She is wailing in pain, screaming, but she is still clinging to consciousness.
Well, I gotta put her out of her misery. So,
So it'll attract other things, maybe if she keeps screaming.
rolled a 10 with a +7, so 17. And
Barely hits.
second attack, I rolled an 18. So
Okay. You don't have to roll damage. She has 1 hit point left. So, once again, for the 3rd time, Suzy, what's the finishing blow?
So her first,
Our closer is Suzy.
so she reaches up with her glaive and brings it down hard across her head, where her head is melting, and says, "That's what you get for hurting my dad and my brother."
And she goes, I'm sorry, as she melts, and you see her corporeal form become a liquidy pool, and it flows
Your taffy
down
wasn't
into
any
the-
good.
And she moans as she flows into the drainage, down to the sewers, into the
And
unknown.
Suzy goes to high five their neighbor and says, "Apple slices rule."
I agree. Oh, careful. I don't want to hurt myself.
Brick then goes up to the also neighbor as well and gives him a high five. But as he goes to give him a high five, he does the pull away of, ooh, no, apple slices aren't cool.
Greg's
I'm
spraying Neosporin on himself.
I am going to make a stealth roll.
In order to,
Try and sneak away
from everybody.
from
Need to
everybody.
kick you in the shins again.
Okay.
14, yo.
14. I believe that beats Brick's passive. That does not.
Mine's 14.
Yours. Okay, sorry. That beats Suzy's passive. Brick sees you as you start to crouch to the shadows and try to get away as Suzy is celebrating with the neighbor and her dad, happy to see that they're fine. And once again, now that there's another face, filling in the neighbor with all of her shenanigans of the night. Brick, what do you do? Do you stay? Do you...
Brick, seeing his friend trying to sneak off, he goes and he remembers the last time his friend snuck off, and he dashes and tackles him to the ground and tries to grapple Jaron.
Okay. I need a strength check from you. Athletics from you, Brick, and then either athletics or acrobatics from Jaron.
15 plus 7, so 22.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna roll new point.
Roll
You never
for
know.
it.
You might.
Yeah, remember last time you said that you got a crit.
Yeah, but I don't have. Well, I mean.
No, but he couldn't get a 20. Even with his acrobatics is a +1, he couldn't get a 22.
And my acrobatics is a
Even if he
+1,
tried.
thanks to Jack of all trades. So I mean, there's no point.
So, you try. You manage to. Yeah. So Jaron, you are trying to sneak away, and the next thing you feel is hit as you are taken to the ground by Brick.
Oh,
What?
Brick, what are you doing?
What is your damage, Brick?
Bro, the last time we let you sneak off, I'm pretty sure a pumpkin died.
And so now you're blaming me for that?
I think something spooky's going on, and we're all gonna work together and figure this out, because we're friends. And then Brick gives him, like, a tighter hug to let him know he's his friend.
Jaron slowly pushes back, looking at Brick for a moment and shaking his head. Funny you should say that. In reality, I don't have any friends. Before turning and running off.
Pause. You can't get out of the grapple that easily. You can't run off.
God.
So you can say that, but real quick, Suzy, what were you saying to Greg? You were calling for Dad.
It's a dangerous night for Pumpkinheads. I mean, his name is Sir Aster, and he's out there by himself. I think he was gonna go to that one, what was that park? I mean, it was like a place where people like that thing that melted.
The voodoo park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you give us a ride to the voodoo park so we can help Sir Aster? Because I don't want to see his pumpkin head get smashed. He gave me this necklace.
Yeah, I could. I mean, you guys look like you could, take care of yourselves. Honestly, I kind of felt like I wasn't really doing much of anything during that.
I mean, I've got this bruise from that mummy guy.
Oh, well, let me check. Can I do another medicine check on Suzy?
Yeah, you can. I'm totally gonna
Oh,
break the rules for this.
no.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
Maybe not. Ooh.
Yeah, so
You
just
know,
the 2.
you spray your Neosporin, but it's not doing anything, and you're like, must
Ow,
be
that
a
got my
rash.
eye.
I put a Band-Aid on it just to cover it up.
Yeah.
Brick, get
So,
your hands
unfortunately,
off of
Suzy-
me.
Ooh, Hello Kitty.
Unfortunately, Suzy, your health is still unable to be full again.
Yeah.
Well, I could drive you to the park, I guess.
Yeah. Guys, let's go. Dad's gonna drive us to the Seven Signs Park.
Brick sees this and says, well, we need to get Jaron in the van. He's trying to leave and ditch us, and I'm not letting him. And I hold him tighter.
Let me go!
You can
Jaron,
try
I'm
to
all...
break it. Actually, no, you can't try to break it. He rolled a 22. There's no way.
Yeah, there's
to
no
break
way
it.
to break it. So he's just flailing there. Let me go. Get off me!
Greg says to Jaron, I'm already being kind of a chill dude, taking y'all to an amusement park and letting y'all go inside unattended and unsupervised. But I don't think I can let you just go off by yourself without at least Brick or Suzy with you. I mean, look at how tall Brick is. He can take care of you. Look at him.
With those words, Jaron hisses at Greg in a way that is absolutely unnatural to his voice. Let me go!
All right, you're being a little spooky now.
Saving throw.
I'm gonna
It's
pull the
getting
car.
spooky now.
Or
hit the garage door.
Or, okay, I would like, so, as he says that, you are, everyone, you feel this wave of energy just erupt out of Jaron. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, come on, give me something good.
19.
That's a 9.
Oh, it's a nat 1.
Hey. Okay, Greg and Brick. Well, Brick, you are floored. You are knocked so hard by this thunder wave that just emitted suddenly from your friend that you release him and get knocked prone. Greg, you don't know where this was even coming from. You get pushed back. Greg and Brick, you take 6 points of damage. Suzy, you take 3 as this wave of energy erupts from Jaron. What do you want to do, Jaron? You have your moment.
At that moment, sitting there with everyone, Jaron suddenly stops and looks at them, sort of apologetic, and without saying anything, he just tries to run off and leave them behind.
Hey, Jaron! Oh! I mean...
He is also running in the direction of the park.
How far away is Brick from Jaron?
You were just pushed 10 feet back and knocked prone. So it's going to be real hard to try to catch up to him.
You're like the equivalent of like 25 feet.
Pretty much.
Okay, so I have 40 feet of movement. So if I use half my movement, then I'm up, right? I'm up.
That would get you up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so then, how much movement does it take for you to get up again?
So
sorry.
It takes half your movement to get up. Jaron has 30 feet of movement, but he just dashed.
Oh.
That didn't count as an attack. It counted more as a reaction, and his turn was a dash. He is about 60 feet down the road already.
Then could I also take my dash? Could I take my dash action?
Yes. Yeah, you could catch up to him. Or try to, at least.
Because I have 40 feet of speed. Okay, that's what I will do.
As I see Brick running after Jaron, I think Greg leans down to Suzy and goes, Why don't you go after them? I'll meet you guys at the park in the car, all right? I'll be right outside. But you need to be with your friends. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, this night's weird as hell. You see, I'm already messing up. Get out of here, Suzy. Go after your brother. Save his life.
Dad, can I have some?
Have some what?
Where are the Hello Kitty Band-Aids? Before
Oh,
we go.
yeah, here's the whole box.
Add a box of Hello Kitty to your inventory.
If Suzy runs off, and I feel like I opened the garage to see that the thunder wave also affected the vehicle, and you just hear, "Oh God!" Oh, God.
I think that is the perfect spot to call.
Yeah.
With the kids running off in the distance, you hear the garage door open and just...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, awesome. Great job, y'all. Great work. Great session. Yeah, so we're going to end it for tonight with the kids running off to the park. Will they meet up with Sir Aster? Will they figure out what's going on in our lane? Will they be able to return their world back to normal? Find out on the next episode of Roleplay Varied.
Greg. Oh, sorry. I thought we were going to go.
I thought we were going to say, break the table.
Break the table. Oh, y'all, we can't try that until we're in person. Are you kidding? Zoom is a hot mess. Thank you for everyone who stayed and watched this with us. We can't wait to see you in 2 more weeks when we come back for our final episode of this arc. Oh, sorry, not 2 weeks. 2 weeks is Thanksgiving. We're not doing a show during that break because some people are finishing up schoolwork and some of us just need to do some other things. So we will see you all with our final episode of our 2020 preview of Roleplay Varied on December 4th. December 4th is going to be our final episode of our Roleplay Varied preview. And to be ready in the new year, we're going to be back with a new crew, new cast, new story. Brand new short story for you all. Also, check out our new player table. Our new episode of that is on Saturday, the 21st, where we have 4 awesome new players that are learning the ropes of D&D, some of which are going to be on our main Roleplay Varied crew very shortly. We also have our homebrew buddies on Monday nights with Addison and I just having fun, trying brand new items, weapons, classes, pretty much anything that we think of that we want to try. We throw it into roleplay. We throw it into homebrew buddies, hoping that that stuff then can make an appearance in Roleplay Varied. So check out any of our shows, our specials. We also have our Patreon has officially launched, so check that out at patreon.com/bttrpg. We also have a PayPal going as well if you want to donate to help us get our table growing, get it larger. We have a lot of really cool things that we have planned for the new year, including Patreon-only shows, a Discord channel, lots of fun merch. So check it all out, and I'll see you on Monday. You'll see the rest of this crew on December 4th. And have fun breaking the table, y'all. Bye.
Love you.